Losers live in the past, winners learn from the past and enjoy working in the present towards the future. So, live in the present tense, facing the duty at hand without regret for the past or worry over the future. With these two beautiful quotes, students, we shall start our Viva publication, chapter number 19, that is present tense. So here I shall start with page number 118, tenses. We all know that a verb changes form to denote time. The way verbs change to denote time is called tense. Students, take a pencil and underline this particular line. Verb change to denote time is called tense. The tense of verb shows the time of an action or event. Please do underline this particular line too. So when that action was taken, it talks about, it tells about, it says, the verb says. We know that there are three tenses in English. First one, the present tense. Second one, the past tense. Third one, the future tense. Each tense has four forms. First form, that is the simple form. Second one, that is the continuous form. Third one, the perfect form. And the fourth one, the perfect continuous form. Given below, we have a table where all these forms are described with examples. So here I shall start. First one, the simple form, that is the simple present tense or simple past tense or the simple future tense. I'm reading. Here I go. First one, present tense, base form of the verb for subjects, that is I, we, you and they. For example, I go to school. So please student, take a pencil, underline go. With first person singular subject adds a s or es to the base form of the verb. Example, he goes to school. So if I is there, you will write go, I go to school. But if the third person pronoun is there, then he goes will come. Now I shall read the past tense. That is simple past tense. Past tense form of the verb. For example, I went to school. So go changes in past tense as went. Future tense, will or shall plus base form of the verb. Example, I will go to school. So please student underline will go. Ancient English, we used to use shall. Modern English, we use will. As will go in future tense, I'll be explaining that. So now we shall go for the continuous form. Is slash m slash r plus ing form of the verb. For example, I am going to school. Please student underline am going. M plus going. That is verb plus ing. With I, am will come. If it was he is going. If it was we are going will come to school. So here past continuous tense was slash plus ing form of the verb. For example, I was going to school. So students underline was going. Was plus going with I was. Why? Because I is a singular. If it was they were going, that is a past event we are talking, but it is not yet completed, so past continuous. Okay, so here I was going to school. Let's now study future continuous tense. The formation is, or the form of future continuous tense is, will or shall plus be plus ing form of the verb. That is, I will, for example, I will be going to school. That is, will be going. You can use, even if I am not taking this, you can take any other example. Will be dancing, will be cooking, will be eating, or shall be cooking, shall be dancing, shall be playing. So you can use that. Next form is the perfect form. For example, has slash have plus past participle. For example, given over here, I have gone to school. So have gone will come in present tense. In present tense, you will be using has or have. For example, she has gone. Over here it is given I have. With I, have will come. With we, have will come. With you, have will come. But with he, she, what will come? Has will come. Singular. Even though I is singular, but with I, what is the rule? Have will come. Next is past perfect. In that the formation is had plus past participle. Example is I had gone to school. So please underline had gone. Have is in present tense or has it in present tense. So has will turn into had, or have will turn into had in past tense. Next formation of future perfect tenses, will plus have plus past participle. Given example, I will have gone to school. So underline will have gone. Shall have gone, will have eaten. So you can use that. Next one, perfect continuous tense form we are going to study now. That is first one, for present tense, has or slash have plus been plus ing form of the verb. For example, I have been going to school. Next is perfect continuous tense for past. That is past perfect continuous tense, had been plus ing form of the verb. That is had been going to school. That is I had been going to school, or I had been playing since morning, and many more other. Next one, future perfect continuous tense, will slash shall plus have plus been plus ing form of the verb. For example, I will have been going to school, or I shall have been going to school. Going further, students, on page number 119, we have simple present tense in detail. So now we shall study about it. Students, where simple present tense is given, in the bracket you can write V1, that is verb 1. For statements in the simple present tense, we generally use the subject plus base form of the verb. Please underline the subject plus base form of the verb. What is the base form? V1, that is present tense. In the bracket you can write present tense and V1 also. With a third person singular subject, however, we add s or es to the base form of the verb. Given over here, I shall read now. Now, I, we, what are they? First person they are. First person pronouns. You, second person pronoun. Next one, they are more than one. Okay, so here they are the third person pronoun. He, third person singular pronoun. Next, she, third person singular pronoun. It is used for whom? For babies or inanimate things, or even animals also. So he, she and it, they are the third person pronouns. Now when he, she, it is there, at that moment what you can use? S required. For like example, walks is given, walk will turn into walks. So es, for example, go will turn into goes. He goes, she goes, it goes. Okay, if it is a story, in that it can be used. Now here let's go to this particular box given over here. So here first it is given I. With I and here base form of the verbs are given. I shall read that. I walk, I sit, I run, I speak. We walk, we sit, we run, we speak. You walk, you sit, you run, you speak. They walk, they sit, they run, they speak. Now we will go for third person singular, that is pronouns. He walks, he sits, he runs, he speaks. She walks, she sits, she runs, she speaks. It walks, it sits, it runs, it speaks. So here you can see over here the first box shows that we have the base form with V1 only, that is base form of the verb, whereas the second box, that is with the pronouns he, she, it, we can over there, as they are singular, we have to use walks, sits, runs, speaks, that is plurals. Now here I is not a plural, it is a singular only, but the rule says with I walk only will come, and with I sit only will come, that is base form, that is verb 1 will come. And you is generally taken as what? Plural. But depends how the sentence is given. You can be considered as plural also, you can be considered as singular also. Over here it is taken as singular. Let's see, rule of that in pronouns chapter, it is there. So we'll be discussing in my video, you can see that. Now you're going further. We play baseball every Sunday. Please students take a pencil, underline play. Play, we is plural, so play will be singular. Next one, he plays, because he is singular, so here verb will be plural. He plays in the park every day. The tree seems to touch the sky. Please underline seems. Please underline plays. Now here, negative sentence in the simple present have the structure. Now what is the structure? Please underline that. Subject plus do / does plus not, often contracted. Contracted short form is done. That is don't or doesn't, plus base form of the verb. Means what is used? Subject plus do, that is do not, plus base form of the verb. Subject plus does not plus base form of the verb. Now what is the subject in the given example? He does not go to the park every day. Subject is he. But here what we are talking about? Negative sentence. So does not go. Please take a pencil, underline. Does not go, you will underline. Okay. He does not go to the park every day. So does not go is the negative simple present tense. Does plus go, but not will come. Why? Because we wanted negative sentence. Next is Nina and Ravi don't play chess. Please underline don't play. Don't plus play. Notice that the verb is used in the base form after doesn't or don't, even when the subject is in the third person singular. So here why play will only come and why go will come? Because it is a negative. And when the structure of negative is there, contracted is there, at that moment the verb form will be of its base only. That is V1 will be there. It won't change into plural. You won't add S or you won't add ES. Next one. However, with the forms of the verb be, when I say be, that is am, is, are, was, were, will come for that. The negative is formed by adding not after is, am, or are, often contracted to isn't or aren't. So here what they are saying, if you are using is, am, are, was, were, so what will come? Not will come after them. Given over here, Gagan is not a teacher. Gagan isn't a teacher. Both are correct only. So please underline is not or isn't. So you can use any one of them. Next rule. Interrogative sentences in the simple present have this form. What is the form? Do plus subject plus base form of the verb, or does plus subject plus base form of the verb. Example given over here. Does he go to the park every day? So what is the formation and what is the verb over here? Does and go. Underline does separately, go separately, and he is the subject of the sentence. You won't underline he is a pronoun, whereas does and go both are verbs. Does is the helping verb, that is finite verb, and go is what? Main verb. Next sentence. Do you want to come? So do again over here is the helping verb, auxiliary, and you is the subject of the sentence. It is a pronoun, and want is main verb. Okay, and to come is an infinitive. So don't do anything. Just we are in simple tense, simple present tense. So do is in present tense and want is in present tense. Do you want to come? So underline do and underline want. In interrogative sentences with auxiliary verb do/does, the main verb remains in the base form irrespective of the person or number. So what? The main verb, that is go and want, will remain the same. It won't change. The verb do changes according to the person. See, if he is there, then you'll use does. If she is there, you'll use does. But if you is there at the moment, you'll use do. The verb do changes according to person and number. Note. What to note? Note, for the verb have, the negative and interrogative can be formed in two ways, with or without the verb to. Means if have is there, then you can use do, or even if you want to use do, then also it's correct. Now let's see how. Given an example. I have a book. So the negative of that particular sentence would be I don't have book. Now the same sentence is given. I have book. Now you have to change that in a interrogative sentence, and you can use do you have a book? So here if the sentence is given I have a book, then here in your interrogative sentence will be do you have a book? Next one, I have a book. So here you can use with have also. I haven't a book. And what would be the interrogative? By using have I a book? Means am I having a book? The meaning is that. But here we have to use present tense, not continuous tense. Okay. So you'll use have. Next one, on page number 120, the simple present tense is used. Now the rules of simple present tense are given. First rule, to talk of habits and regular actions. Second rule, to express facts and general truths. Next, the last one, to express a future event that is a part of a fixed timetable. Now the first rule will go in detail and I shall explain. Now, where simple present tense is used. First one, to talk of habits and regular actions. Those actions which are day to day, for that you can use, and those which we have the same habit of doing, for them also it is being used. Example is given, I brush my teeth daily. By the word daily it's given. What you do daily? Brush. So underline brush, that is in present tense. Next one, I go for a walk every day. Every day what do you do? Go for a walk. So go is what? The verb over here. So underline that. Next one, to express facts and general truths. Universal truths you know. The earth moves around the sun. So underline moves. Next one, deserts are hot and dry. Yes, that is also a truth. The deserts are hot and dry. So are you'll underline, that is the verb over here, helping verb. So that is in present tense. So please underline. Next one, to express a future event that is part of a fixed timetable. Now what is the future event? Let's see. The train leaves at noon. Means what happens every day at that particular afternoon? The train leaves the station. So it departures. Meaning is that. So underline leaves, which is in present tense. Next one, the match begins tomorrow. So underline begins. Even that is also, it talks about the future event. Okay, a fixed timetable is there, and according to that, the match is going to begin tomorrow. So here we shall go on page number 121 now. On page number 121, present continuous tense is given. Here we shall go further. Sentences in the present continuous tense have the form. What is the form? Given over here. Underline that. Subject plus is or am or are. Depend. So if the subject, you will see which person pronoun it is, and according to that you will be using these auxiliary or helping verbs plus ing form of the verb. Ing form of the verb means what? Example is dancing, cooking, playing, swimming, singing, asking. So verb 1, that is base form, plus ing. Example is given. I am going to Ranchi. So please underline am going. Next one. They are planning a party. So underline are planning. So here are plus planning is the present continuous tense, and am going is present continuous tense. Now if you form a negative of that, nothing, between am and going what will come? Not will come. And between are and planning what will come? Not will come. Given negative sentences in the present continuous tense have this form: subject plus is or am or are plus not plus ing form of the verb. Example, I am not going to Ranchi. They are not planning. So please underline am not going, and please underline are not planning. Interrogative sentences have the form, that is am, are plus subject plus ing form of the verb. Interchange of the verb is there. So your position they change. Like your question was, I am going to Ranchi. Your answer should be, is he going to Ranchi? So here is the helping verb, and going to, that is going to form is of the future tense only. Keep in mind. So here going is and going is what? Present continuous tense. Next one. They are planning a party. So your question or interrogative sentence will be, are they planning a party? So you will underline are and you will underline planning. You won't underline he and you won't underline they. Okay. Why? Because they are the subject of the sentence and they are pronouns. They are not verbs. So here once again is you will underline and you will underline going. Going to form is of the future tense. So we will only underline going. Then again, are they planning a party? So are and planning you will underline. The present continuous is used to talk about. Now what it is? The rules of present continuous tense. What are they? 4 rules are there. First one, an action going on at the time of speaking. Second, an action which may not actually be happening at the time of speaking, but the process started some time back and is not complete. Next one, an action already arranged or planned in the near future. And the last one, a particularly obstinate habit. Now the first rule says, an action going on at the time of speaking. The meaning over here is, right now I'm talking and it's going on. I didn't stop. That is continuous, as it is given present continuous tense. The action is going on, yet not completed. Your example is, I am reading. It is not said he stopped reading. So here you are going to underline am reading. Next one, she is playing basketball. They never told that yes, now she had stopped, now she had left that particular game. So is playing basketball. So you will just underline is playing. That is the present continuous. Okay, what they are talking is used to talk about what? An action going on the time of speaking. So here right now when I am speaking, she is playing basketball. That is, she is playing over there. Next one, an action which may not actually be happening at the time of speaking, but the process started some time back and is not completed. Not complete. So you give an example. I am painting a picture. It is not being told that yes, that is over, that is completed. It's not told. I am still painting, maybe incomplete also. So yeah, next one. She is reading Pride and Prejudice. They never told that she had completed that book. Okay, so here she is reading. So here it's not necessary at that time only she had completed. So she is reading. It's going on. Her still not completed the whole novel. Next one, an action already arranged and or planned in the near future. Let's see. My aunt is coming tomorrow. She has not yet come, but she is, so about future tense only. So over there also we use present continuous tense. Something is planned and according to that it's going to work. But here that particular work is going to happen in the future. My aunt is coming. So please underline is coming. Next one. They are leaving in 2 days. So not yet. In future only they are going to do. But we are talking right now. So here underline are leaving. Next one. A particularly obstinate habit. Obstinate habit and a habit which is very hard to remove. The meaning of obstinate is stubborn or determined that no, I am not going to change, I'll remain the same. Now, yeah, a particularly obstinate habit. My neighbor is constantly asking for something or the other. Some neighbors, you know, that throughout the years and years, they will remain the same only. How much you tell them, try to tell them, but they will be. So, here you are going to underline is and you are going to underline asking. So, what they are saying, a habit which is very stern. How much you try to remove that, but still it will be remaining the same. So you underline is asking. Next one, that lady is always complaining about the noise. Means she is a nagger. So continuous nagging about something or other, complaining. So please underline is and you underline complaining. So yeah, she also has the same habit that about complaining every 1 year and there, now and then. Okay, so is complaining, you will underline. We use adverbs like always and constantly with such statement. With statement where obstinate habit is there, in that those sentences what they are going to use, constantly or always. See here on the in the above sentences they had used my neighbor is constantly asking. So here obstinate habit, wherever obstinate habit would be there, over there constantly can come. And you can see even always also in the next one, that lady is always complaining about the noise. So in that wherever obstinate habit, over there you can use adverbs. The adverb comes between the helping verb and the ing form of the verb. Between what it came is, and between asking, both of them, between them what came, constantly came. Like example given over here, is constantly asking. Next one, is always complaining. So what are the verbs over there? Is and complaining is a verb, but in between what came? An adverb came. It is being placed over there. Next one, on page number 122, we do not normally use the following verbs in their continuous form in any of the three tenses. That is the present tense, past tense or future tense. Means what, they will remain the same. You won't add ing, you won't add ed and or anything else. Given over here, verbs of perception. Prior also in one of the videos I had explained what are verbs of perception. That is your sense organs which are being used over here: eyes, nose, skin, ears and the other. Okay, now here verbs of perception means that verb that conveys the experience of one of the physical senses. That is, which five senses we have, that is eyes, nose, ears, tongue or skin. Now here the same thing is done by these verbs. Verbs of perception, for example, see, hear, smell, notice, recognize, appear, seem, look, they will remain the same. They are not going to change. Next one, verbs of emotion. What are they? Want, wish, desire, feel, like, love, hate, hope, prefer. Next one, verbs of thinking. What are they? Think, suppose, believe, agree, know, remember, understand, imagine, mean, and mind. Next one, verbs of possessions. What are they? Have, own, belong. Give an example. Here three sentences are given. I shall explain. I am knowing her for 2 years. Second sentence, I will be knowing her for 2 years. And the third sentence is, I have known her for 2 years. Your correct answer will be the third sentence. That is, I have known her for 2 years. So please underline have known in that. You are not going to use am knowing, that is, you are not going to use simple. I told you prior also, you are not going to use ing form in this. So have known will come, not even will be knowing. Next example is, this is belonging to me since childhood. Second sentence, this has been belonging to me since childhood. And third sentence, this has belonged to me since childhood. So please underline the third sentence, has belonged. You are not going to use continuous tense in these sentences. So has belonged you will underline. Now let's do on page number 123, that is present perfect tense. Statements in the present perfect tense have this form: subject plus have or has plus past participle of the verb. Means if singular is there, then has danced will come, and if plural is there, then have danced will come. So let's see with the example, given example. Harif has written a poem. So underline has written. Has plus written. Subject plus has plus past participle. Written is past participle. We have completed our essays. So have completed. We is more than one. So negative sentences have the form subject plus have or has plus not plus past participle of the main verb. So here between the auxiliary verb and the past participle not you will add. Why? Because it is a negative sentence. So here example, with the example we shall, following example I shall explain. He has not written a poem. So has not written will come. So underline that. Why? Because it is a negative sentence. We have not completed. So between have and completed not you will add. And if it is a question sentence, what to be done? Questions in the present perfect have the form have or has plus subject plus past participle of the main verb. For example, has he written a poem? So your question will start with the auxiliary verb which was there in the sentence. So has is the auxiliary verb and the subject will be in the second position, that is he. Has he written a poem? So please underline has as well as written. Do not underline he. He is the subject of the sentence. It is not the verb. So perfect tense what it is over here? Has written. Second one, have we completed our essays? So underline have and completed. Do not underline we. We is the subject of the sentence. But here we are forming questions. So have we completed our essays? Next one. The present perfect tense is used to talk about. Certain rules are given where we will be talking about present perfect tense. First rule, actions that are completed in the immediate past. Means just now you have completed that particular action. For example, he has just left. Means he was prior over here. Right now he had left. Next one. So please underline has and underline left. Just as adverb. Next one. I have already completed my homework. So You initially it was not completed, but till right now you have completed. So underline have and completed. Okay, so here have completed will be present perfect tense, and already is what, adverb over here. Next one, we often use just or already with the present perfect tense in such situations. So these adverbs we use in present perfect tense, which just as well as already. Now, the other rule for present perfect tense, past actions which occurred occurred at an unspecified time but have a reference to the present because they are part of a person's experience. So, here once again I'm repeating, past actions which occurred at an unspecified time. So, exact time you don't have, unspecified time, that particular action was in effect but have a reference to the present, means that is related to the present action because they are a part of one of a person's experience. So here long back it happened, but that is related to your present situation or present day. So it is one person's what, a part of your experience or of your life's journey. So here what it is, I have been to Korea. So once in a while or long back you had been to where, Korea. So here what is the verb over here in past perfect, that is have been. Underline have been, I have been to Korea, so underline have been. Next one, she has read A Tale of Two Cities. Not necessary right now, long back also it would have been. That is her, in her life tenure, she had read that particular book. So, underline has read. Next one, the present perfect can never be used to refer to a specific past time. Means exact past time you will never ever use. Why? Because that will be a complete event which is over in your life. Okay. So, here. Next one, give an example. She has finished her course. What is the meaning of that? She has finished her course that at some time in the past she had completed. Now, if the sentence is she has finished her course yesterday, that is an incorrect sentence. You have to use she finished her course yesterday. You will never use has finished. Okay. So, here, when the time is specific, we use past tense. So, yesterday is mentioned over here, and so you'll use only finished. Next one, I have been to London. So, here at some time in your life, you have been to London. So, at some time, it is in the past you are talking about. So, here you will never make a sentence, I have been to London last year. So, what you will make? I have been to London. You won't write last year. Both the things you will never write. Next one, I went to London last year. So here, when the time is specific, we use the past tense. So here, specific time, last year, what happened? When will come? Have been you won't be using. So here, please underline has finished in the above one, underline finished in the second one, and underline have been, underline went. Okay, please underline that. Next one, actions that begin sometime in the past and are still continuing up to the present time. So, here, which had been started in the past and still going on. So, continuous tense means what? Not yet over. So, here, let's see how. I have lived here since 1993. So, please underline have lived. That is a past thing. And I started living here in 1993 and am still living here. So underline started, underline am, and underline living. Why? Because started is a past thing. I started living. Right now you aren't. Since 1993 you are living. So here I'm still living means right now also you are living. So here continuous tense, you are not, you didn't quit from here, you didn't leave from here. So you'll underline am living. Okay, next one. She has been in that school for 5 years. So here underline has been. Okay, and what they are saying, She started going to school 5 years ago and is still going there. So still going, it's what continuous tense you will be using. First underline started going and second underline is going. In this particular, what is the rule they are saying? Once again I am repeating the rule. Action that begins sometime in the past and are still continuing up to the present. So here is still going there, so she had not finished yet, she is going. So here right now also she is going, so underline is going and underline started going. She, that is 5 years ago, so that the continuous tense over there will come. Next one, when used in this manner, the present perfect tense is often accompanied to give company by since or for. Means in such type of sentences you will be using since or for. Now where to be used since and where to be used for? There is a certain rule in Google also, you will get, just go for rules of since and for and you will get that. We use since when we specify the start time and for when we refer to a period of time. For is used for a long period of time and since is used for a specific period of time. Okay, so for a period of time, okay, more, and since for a short. So here I have been in office since 9 o'clock in the morning. That is specific time is given. 9 o'clock is given over there. Now here I have been in office for 7 hours. That is a period of time, a long 7 hours. So here please underline in both the sentences have been. Next one, some other adverbs commonly used with present perfect constructions are, which are those words? Never, ever and yet. In present perfect sentences these ones will be used. But keep in mind this chapter is of present tense and now we are learning what? Present perfect tense, and in the examples also, in exercise also we are having. So you'll be underlining the verbs. Don't think about never, ever, in which sentences they will be used. Okay, over there if you learn that rule, it's well to do. So where yet and ever and never is there, what you will use? Present perfect tense. But there are again different rules also for different tenses, keep in mind. So here they have never been to Disneyland. So here underline have been. Next one, we have not yet played in the finals. So please underline, it's a negative sentence. Have not and played. Okay, yet is adverb, never is adverb. Next one, ever is usually used in questions and not statements. So never use this particular in statement sentences. You will use only ever, this particular word ever, only in what? Question sentences, not in statements. Given, have you ever seen a python? Has she ever eaten fish? But in answer you will never ever say this. Okay, she has eaten fish, you will say. You will never say she has ever eaten fish. So that's incorrect. Next one we'll go, what it is? Present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense on page number 124. Let's start now. Statements in the present perfect continuous tense have this form: subject plus have slash has plus been plus ing form of the verb. When continuous is said, what will come? Dancing, crying, singing, sleeping. So has been sleeping, have been sleeping, that will come. Okay, now the first example. He has been writing poems regularly. So take a pencil, underline has been writing. Second one, Beena has been feeling unwell since morning. So here please underline has been feeling. Next one, negative statements in the present perfect continuous have this form. What is the form? Subject plus have or has plus not plus been plus ing form of the main verb. So here with the examples, please take your pencil, underline that. He has not been writing poems lately. So underline has not been writing. Next one, Beena has not been feeling well since morning. So has not been feeling. So underline that, has not been feeling. Next one, if a question sentence is there, questions in the present perfect continuous have this form. What it is? First an auxiliary verb will come. Have or has plus subject plus been plus ing form of the main verb. So has he been writing poems as usual? So underline has, underline been writing. Do not underline he. Why? Because he is the subject of the sentence. So has been writing should be there. Next one. Has Beena been feeling unwell? So here you won't underline Beena, you will underline has and been feeling. Okay. Next one. The present perfect continuous tense is used to talk about what? Certain rules are there. We'll understand those rules. First rule. An action which began at some time in the past and still going on. So the action which began and still it's continuing, not yet over. She has been teaching in that school for 5 years. So right now also she is teaching and she is still teaching there. So underline has been teaching. Next one. He has been sleeping since 4 o'clock. So and he is still sleeping in the bed. So underline has been sleeping. Next one. The children have been playing outside for a long time. So and they are still playing. So underline have been playing. Another rule for present perfect continuous tense. An action which is already over when it is used to give an explanation. So while explaining something about an incident or a event, when you are talking at that moment, you can use what? Present perfect continuous tense. For example, why are you sweating so much? So I have been jogging and so I'm sweating. So you can use that. So here you are going to underline I have been jogging. Okay. So don't underline I. You will underline only the verbs. Have been jogging. So next one. Why are your hands dirty? If a question is given. So answer will be I have been digging in the garden. So underline have been digging. What is the rule saying? I have been digging in the garden. So the action which is already over which when it is used to give an explanation. So while giving an explanation, I have been digging in the garden. So since long I was digging. Okay. So students, here we have completed the chapter. So go through the chapter, read it well, understand it. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.